Hello, and welcome to the Wissahickon Art Department Professional Learning Community. My name is Erin Grant Salvi, and I created this site so that the members of the Art Department, K through 12, could collaborate, communicate, and connect with each other in an asynchronous manner. Now you, the members of the Art Department, will drive the direction and map out the possibilities of this virtual space by constructing the content found on the PLC. Through the cultivation of this network of creative professionals, we can promote the arts as a necessary site for growth, learning, and knowledge, which is something that we all hold very dear. So you've received an email indicating that you're now an editor of the PLC, which means that you have the ability to add content to this hub. I hope that you take this email as an invitation to engage with the PLC and its members in an ongoing and meaningful way. With our hectic schedules, it can be difficult to find the time to work with each other. So this site should help with that asynchronous collaboration so that you can share, collaborate, reflect, communicate on your own schedule when it's convenient for you. The effectiveness of this PLC is determined by its members, so I invite you to take some time to get to know the site and begin adding your voice as soon as possible. So in this brief tutorial, I would like to show you around the site and provide you with an overview of some of its functionality. For those of you familiar with WordPress, this site is actually built using wordpress.org, not .com, and is being hosted through Bluehost. I chose this platform because some of its plugin functionality is different than the wordpress.com sites. And the primary reason for choosing WordPress is because it's a very familiar platform to many people in the art department and is fairly easy to work with for those of you that are not familiar with it. The fact that this is entirely online really does provide us with a lot of flexibility. All right, so let's take a little tour around the site. Underneath the WSD Art PLC, you will notice a series of menus here. These actually aren't menus in the traditional sense. These are actually the categories of the posts, and the way that WordPress works is you create a post, you assign it to a category, and then WordPress will organize those posts into a page. So these essentially are links to those pages of categories. For right now, for our purposes, we'll just be referring to this as the menu area. Underneath the menu area, you'll find our forum. This forum is a place to have discussions, and I really encourage you all to use that. Underneath the form, you'll find our categories, and at the moment, these are the only categories that have posts associated with them. So once we start to add more posts and categorize them, we'll start to see all of the different categories listed up here. Then we have our archive section. It's a great way to search for content by its date. Then we have our meta section, which is a great administrative tool. And under that is the author section. At the moment, I'm the only author, but as you guys start authoring your own content and posting it to the site, you will see your names added here as well. So then we'll just move on to the right side of our website. This is the link area. And what I've done is I've provided a section for interesting blogs and sites, and I'm hoping that this section grows. So as you come across sites that you think you want to share with the group, please add them to this particular category. Underneath that, you will find the member websites. Again, at the moment, these are the only sites that I have access to. So as you create your own websites, please send them to me, or you can add them here yourself now that you're an editor. So that we can start to build and have all of our member websites up in this section. Underneath, you will see our upcoming events, and you have a link to the calendar. As you can see, I included my August days so that people will know when I'll be there. Also, the in-service, the upcoming in-service in August we have here. If you wanted to view it in the calendar, you could simply do that also. So here's our calendar view. If we go to August, there we go. There we can see the in-services. We can also see the day that I'll be there in August. All right, so that is essentially the professional learning community as a whole. Again, we are looking for it to grow. Um, and what I'd like to do now is just simply take you into some of these specific areas to show them to you and talk a little bit about their functionality. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the menus here. Again, the menus are actually just posts organized onto pages according to the category that you assign to a post. We'll get into all of that when we start our post discussion in a later tutorial, but just so you know, that's kind of how this works. And I'll go into some of the specific pages so you can see some of the content here. The announcements, it's a great place for people to make announcements, especially when it comes to art show time. Anything that you would like people to see, I would post to announcements. The art show, right now it has no content, but we'll look to build that as the year goes on, and I am anticipating seeing a lot of content once the art show actually it gets into full swing. The curriculum section is a great resource for everyone to see all of the curriculum K through 12. At the moment, I have just a few of the curriculums posted. I have the web design curriculum, Photo 1 posted, advanced computer graphics. And what you can do is just simply click into that particular post and go to the link, and the link will take you to the actual file. Now the file it's being viewed in the browser itself, but you can download this file if you would like onto your own computer by simply clicking the Save PDF to Downloads folder. So it's a great way for you to get access to the curriculum, again K through 12. We'll have posted on here for you. The collaborative and project section is really just a section for you to post any projects that you'd like to share with the group, any collaborative projects especially that you've done either with each other or with other teachers in your school. It's a great place again to provide resources for other people and also kind of showcase what you're doing throughout the year. The district initiatives section is a great place to house all of like our the links to Google Docs that we tend to work on during our in-services. I'll be posting, or we can, again, because now we're all editors, we can post any sort of electronic documents that are provided to us through our in-services or just through school or department meetings. It's also a great place to have to house any sort of presentation that is presented to us through in-services. Like Diane Krause creates these great presentations for us. We'll put them here so that we have them all in one place and it's kind of fresh in our memory and easy to get to. Then we'll move on to the literature and analysis. This was kind of born out of some events that happened this past year. The high school faculty members were kind of trading articles, and which created like a larger discussion, and I thought it would be great for us to, as we read articles or even books, we could post those articles or sections of books along with a short analysis of our thoughts about what we read. It's a great place for us to then reflect on what we read, maybe even think about how we could incorporate it into our teaching, and then share it with the rest of the group. It could also spur on some discussions, which is the hope of this section. The tutorials and my educational docs, it's really a place to provide any sort of media that you're creating for your classes. Like for instance, I make GarageBand tutorials for my students when they learn how to podcast. And so what I did is I posted some of those here for you. I'll click on this first post here and you'll see there are 3 links. These links just simply go to the YouTube channel. where the where the video is. So it's a great place again for us to share the resources that we have created already. Also, if you have any educational docs that you'd like to share with us, any dissertations, master thesis, any papers that you'd like to share, please do that through this section. Here is one of the papers that I recently wrote. And I shared it out with the group. Again, when you click on the link right here, you can get to that paper. So here it is, again, viewing it through the browser. But again, just another place for us to share what we are doing, and also it's a way for us to learn from each other. And then the last menu area here are the menu area where you will find this video and other tutorials on how to get started and how to work within this particular PLC and WordPress. And you'll notice, again, I have links to all sorts of different tutorials that I've made. Again, just simply going to YouTube.
So for those
now, because the only people looking at this site are going to be teachers, we shouldn't have an issue even looking at this through the school servers, because we should be able just to insert our logon credentials to get to that. So you shouldn't have any issues getting to these, even through the school servers. So those are the menus in a nutshell. And again, we can build onto these menus. You can reshape these menus, recategorize them. Again, this should grow. This is just simply the foundation for this PLC. Now, the last section that I want to go over in this tutorial is the forum area. When you click on the forum, it will take you to our forums, and at the moment I only have one forum category assigned and one forum created. So the category is arts-based research and the forum is artography. You'll notice this has a slightly different feel than the rest of the site. It's because I created this using a plugin. So when you click on artography, that'll take you to the forum, and then people can start to post according to this in the forum and according to the category arts-based research. So what I am hoping for us to do is, as you are finding things that you feel like you really want to discuss with the rest of the members, or that you want to share with the members and really want feedback, I would suggest that you use the forum to do that, because it's again a great place to have discussions, and asynchronous discussions, and discussions that you choose or choose not to be a part of. It's not like getting in a mass email where everybody's kind of putting in their 2 cents. You can actually choose whether you want to be involved in it. And again, since you are the editors of this site, I would encourage you, create your own categories for forums and your own forums themselves. Well, I hope that this little primer helped you to understand the PLC a little bit better. Please feel free to send me any questions that you have at any time. You can reach me through email, egrant@wsdweb.org. And if you're not familiar with WordPress, I would strongly suggest that you watch the video tutorials in the PLC how-to section that I provided for you. Again, it's right here, and I'll click to it and click on that post. These are all the different tutorials that I would suggest for you to watch. These brief tutorials provide you with a really good foundation for working within this WordPress environment, and they have some helpful tips too. So thanks for taking the time to watch, and I hope you enjoy working together.